I walked into my parents' house expecting a hug and a smile. But instead I found my son burning with fever, curled up on a cold storage room floor like he had been forgotten. In that moment, something inside me broke so quietly that no one else could hear it. But I knew nothing would ever be the same again. I had come home 3 months earlier than planned, hoping to surprise him, imagining the way he would run into my arms like he always used to. My job kept me traveling constantly, long weeks away, unpredictable schedules, and leaving him behind had always been the hardest part. But I believed I had made the safest choice possible by trusting my parents to care for him like their own. They had promised me everything would be fine. My mother had looked me in the eyes, holding my son's hand gently, and assured me that he would be loved, protected, and never feel alone. I believed her without hesitation. Every single month, I sent them $5,000, not because they demanded it, but because I wanted my son to live comfortably, to have stability, good food, and a home filled with care. At first, everything seemed normal. I received pictures, short updates, and occasional video calls. My father would tell me he was doing great, and that I should focus on my work. My mother always sounded calm and reassuring. Even when my younger sister moved back into the house with her daughter, I didn't think much of it. If anything, I thought it might be good for my son to have someone his age around. Looking back, the warning signs were there, but I ignored them. The calls became shorter, the video chats less frequent, and my son started hesitating when I asked if he was okay. I convinced myself I was just overthinking, that everything was fine, that I was being paranoid because I missed him too much. I trusted them, and that trust blinded me. The day I came back, the house felt wrong the second I stepped inside. It was too quiet, not the kind of peaceful silence you expect from a calm home, but something empty and unsettling. I called out for my parents, but no one answered. As I walked deeper into the house, a strange feeling tightened in my chest, like something was waiting for me that I wasn't ready to see. When I reached my son's room, I stopped cold. The door was open, but everything inside had changed. The walls were painted pink, unfamiliar toys were scattered across the floor, and a smaller bed had replaced his. My niece sat there playing quietly, humming to herself like nothing was unusual. For a moment, my mind refused to accept what I was seeing, but one question hit me hard and fast. Where was my son? I searched the entire house, my heart pounding louder with every empty room. The kitchen was silent, the living room untouched, the bathroom empty. Then I heard it, a faint sound coming from the back of the house. I followed it slowly, my steps heavy, until I reached a small storage space with the door slightly open. When I pushed it, everything inside me shattered. My son was lying on the floor, curled up tightly, his body trembling. His face was flushed, his skin burning with fever, and beside him sat a paper plate with cold rice that hadn't even been touched. He looked so small in that moment, so out of place, like he didn't belong in his own home. He saw me and whispered my name weakly, and that was all it took. My hands trembled as I dropped to my knees and pressed my palm against his forehead. He was burning up, far worse than just a mild fever. But strangely, I didn't panic, I didn't scream or cry. Something inside me went completely still, like a switch had flipped. I picked him up carefully, holding him close as his weak body leaned into mine, and walked straight into the living room. My parents were sitting there like it was any normal afternoon. My mother was watching television, and my father was reading the newspaper. They looked up at me, surprised but not concerned. And my mother smiled casually as if nothing was wrong. She asked why I was back early, and that was when I realized just how disconnected they were from what was happening right in front of them. I asked them quietly what this was, gesturing to my son in my arms, his condition impossible to ignore. My father lowered his paper slowly, confused, while my mother brushed it off like it was nothing serious. She said it was just a small fever, something that didn't require so much reaction. When I asked about the storage room, she sighed like I was being unreasonable and explained that my sister needed the space more because she had a child too. There was no apology, no guilt, just a calm justification that made everything painfully clear. In that moment, I understood something I had refused to see for a long time. They had made their choice, and it wasn't my son. And once that truth settled in, I didn't argue. There was nothing to argue about. People who can look at a sick child and still defend their actions are not waiting to be convinced. I adjusted my grip on my son, turned toward the door, and walked out without raising my voice. My mother called after me, asking where I was going, but I didn't stop. I told her I was going to fix this, and that was the last thing I said to them that day. At the hospital, the doctors confirmed what I already feared. His fever had been dangerously high for hours, possibly longer. I stayed by his side the entire night, watching every small movement, every breath, making sure he was safe. And while he slept, I started making decisions, not emotional ones, but precise and necessary ones. The money I had been sending every month wasn't just support. It was holding that entire household together. The mortgage, the bills, the groceries, everything ran through me. I had done it quietly for years because I believed that was what family did for each other. But now, I saw things differently. By morning, I had already taken action. Payments were stopped, accounts were restricted, and access was removed. I didn't make a scene or announce anything. I simply took back what I had been giving without question for so long. 2 days later, my phone rang while I was sitting beside my son's hospital bed. It was my mother, her voice filled with panic as she demanded to know what I had done. She complained about the electricity being cut and the cards not working, as if that was the real problem. I told her calmly that I knew exactly what was happening, and when she told me to fix it, I simply said no. That one word shifted everything between us. My father tried to remind me that they had raised me, but I reminded them that I had been supporting them for years, and that it had always been my choice, not my obligation. When my mother brought up my sister and her child, asking where they were supposed to go, I thought about my son lying on that storage room floor. I told her they would figure it out, just like I had to figure things out the moment I walked into that house. A few days later, my son was discharged, and we moved into a small apartment. It wasn't anything fancy, but it was clean, quiet, and safe. The first night, he slept in his own bed again, holding my hand like he used to, and asked if we were staying there now. I told him yes, and the smile on his face was enough to confirm that I had made the right decision. Weeks passed before I heard from my parents again, and when I did, there was no apology, just a message asking if I had calmed down. I didn't respond, because some things don't need more words, they need distance. I used to believe that family meant unconditional support no matter what. But now I understand something far more important. No amount of loyalty is worth risking your child's safety, and this time, I chose him without hesitation.